Happy Saturday, everyone. I hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend. I have a special treat for you all. You all know I love networking and I love meeting people, and I would be selfish in my life if I did not introduce you to this fantastic woman. I want you all to meet the amazing Dr. Carolyn Bobb-Green. Carolyn, how are you today?
Oh, I am so amazing, and it is such a pleasure to be here with you, your community, my community, and bringing them all in on this amazing chemistry that we have in business.
I pray every day God brings me the people that I need to meet. And the day that we went to go, someone introduced us. I'm grateful for that. And and the day we connected, it was like, oh my goodness. And so I was just super, super grateful. If we could, let me see if I can tell my people a little bit about you, and we'll see how I do.
Sure, sure,
Um,
sure.
Carolyn is a successful business owner for many years in her own right. She trains early childhood educators at training you to succeed. And if I am correct, she at some point, how am I doing? She at some point said, I'm going to train. She'll have to tell us how she got started in that. But I would like to begin training, or someone asked her to train small business owners with the winning strategies that she was implementing to succeed in her business. And she ultimately today has the PassionPreneur community online. And I got to hang out with her. I went to Austin a few weekends ago. Now, right now it's like 3 weekends ago, maybe. Is it 3, 4? And
Almost a month.
I got this almost a month. Oh my gosh. I got to see her in action doing her thing. And it is just stunning. It is just stunning to watch how she gets you to roll your sleeves up, get the things finished, helps you with your, how am I doing this? I'm a great commercial. Helps
Yes,
you with your,
you are.
I know, helps you with your mindset, helps you work through the tech and the strategy to go get the things done that have been on your list, and like you just think you don't know how to do them, and it's not that hard if someone is in your ear giving you the guidance. And so that is this woman that I'm introducing you to today. How yay.
Thank you so much. Like, your intro is better than anybody's intro and welcoming me to the stage. So I'm gonna say bravo with
Yeah.
that together. I'm like, what? That's who I am now.
Oh no, this woman is all that in a bag of chips. And I'm uh,
Yes.
God did a good thing. Yeah, when he brought her into my life, I'm very grateful. The one thing I know, Carolyn, truly is that of the business owners that I work with, that the very things you teach and are so passionate about and are so good about are some of the very things that will hold us back as speakers and as
Yeah.
business people, because we just don't know. And so I appreciate that about you. So that's my little spin on you. So I'm so delighted to introduce my entire network around the world to you. And I want to make sure everybody gets to see this. And don't be surprised if we show up from time to time across your lives, everybody. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Yes.
Um, because we just share some cool things in common, and I believe both our audiences need to meet all the things.
Yeah. I totally agree. And for those who are watching on my page, the power of networking and connections and not being afraid to just be vulnerable and open to the relationships that can form through social media. A lot of us are so skeptical, but for every negative thought that you have about social media, you should also have two positive thoughts about it, because this was a initially a social media nurtured relationship, and then we took it the next step to meet in person to be able to really see if that connection was genuine. And so nowadays on Facebook, you get people that are inboxing and referring to you. Look into those individuals and really reach out to see if they are your jam. I think when we both got on the call, I was like, wow, what is this? She you do. As a speaker, I've been through a lot of speaker training and all of that. And so always be open minded to the growth, because I could have been like, oh no, I already have my platform, I already have my speaker thing going, but I've learned so much from you as well, especially with your international platform. And for you guys who don't know, in my community, that BRI Talks is going to be the next big talk. So if you want a platform to actually be able to speak on and grow, especially if you are a faith-based speaker. And that's the one thing that really set so great with me, is that we have a lot of speakers that say that they're faith-based, but they get so far away from the truth and that identity that they end up putting everybody on their platform. And one thing that I have observed and watched is that she stays true to that foundation and that belief, and building speakers who know that they want to speak about the word of God in different and different levels of life, or on different stages in front of different industries, and knowing that that's a possibility. So if you are thinking that you want to speak, or you are needing a little bit of understanding of how to put together your signature talk, or how to put together your formula for when you get on stage and making the most of it, BRI Talks is definitely the place you want to be. You definitely want to be in Tara Lee's community, so that she can continue to help you to flourish as that faith-based speaker. I don't care if you're a pastor already. I don't care if you're already doing women's conferences. You can always use that professional critique to help build out your brand. You can get up and freely speak about anything, but when you have a signature brand when you go on stage, and a signature talk that leaves people in awe, and you know how to pitch it at the end to make people feel like, hey, she just pitched me into $1 million deal and I didn't even know I got pitched. This is the person that you definitely want to be connecting with. So hopefully I described you very well and what you do.
You were awesome. You were awesome. You were awesome. Uh, I um, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think it is, in just thinking of that concept and talking about people being true, their truth, and back to their foundation. I myself, for years, like, people knew my husband was a minister. They knew we were in ministry, but I was not necessarily, for a number of years, leading as a faith forward business owner. Like, now, if you go to my Facebook and my LinkedIn, you can't miss it. It's not like, oh, is her husband the minister? No, that's not right. So, and it's a choice we make, and we decide what we want to do and how we want to do it. And when I went to create this platform, I will just simply say on that subject, I decided, after many years of, I will still work with everyone, let's be clear, right? But this particular speaking platform, I said, I want to be free to talk about God, and I want everybody else to be free to, should they wish. And so it's a real blessing to see the messages and the stories that people are sharing, and when they do, I'm like, oh yeah.
How many millions of people are you going to help share?
Oh, well, I am right. Well, let's start with, I am on a mission to help 1 million+ people to let go of shame, and that will come through the owning, the embracing, and the telling of their stories. And that's a whole conversation for another live and another day, Carolyn, of like why I would even want to have that mission. And you could just imagine, everybody, what my life was like to have a mission like that, because normally our message comes from our mess, right?
Yeah.
So different topic for a different day. And that one y'all can pull up with your popcorn.
Let most people know that they want to be a part of that million, right? Because I know I'm in the counting. So,
I have to tell you,
yeah.
I have people saying they want to be part of it, and that warms my heart that they get it and they understand. And too many people are already telling their story, are thinking about, oh gosh, I should tell my story. And there are some that are just even like beginning to work on their story. But I believe we all have a story to tell.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
So true. So true.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening with you. Thank you so much for talking a bit about BRI Talks. And I'm loving the people that I'm getting to know that are in your community. They are amazing people doing amazing things. And the more you get to know my people, I know you're going to say the same. We are just really blessed with who we get to serve and who we get to hang out with and who we get to have in our life. But Carolyn, in the things that you do. I talked about the rolling up your sleeve, and we could talk about so many things. But I would love for you to be able to talk a little bit about the DigiBoss workshop that's happening this coming Friday, right?
Yes, this coming
Yes,
Friday,
yes,
October 11th, from
yes,
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time.
yes. Tell us more about who that's for, what's going to happen, how we're going to benefit, and the why of why someone would want to come. And then I believe you also have different levels of how we can participate, and I think that's important for people to understand too.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'll turn it over to you, my friend.
Okay, so before I can even tell you about the DigiBoss, I must say that when Tara Lee told my story of being on different platforms and different stages, what I started to realize is that after I left out off that stage, the connection with that community started to dwindle down. And so I came to understand that I was leaving a lot of cash on the stage. And as I went back there and reflect on my early childhood community and how I got to where I am today, I want to show other business owners how I took that stage with me for the rest of my life. And I did that with an evergreen digital product. And a lot of you guys say, well, yeah, I have my opt-in form. Yes, I have my lead generator. But do you have valuable digital products that could be evergreen and bring money into you? And so this word evergreen, I call it AKA cash on replay, so that when you are in your bed, you're constantly making cash on replay. So when I looked across all these speakers, different businesses, because not just speakers, because even if you're a hairstylist, even if you're a nail tech, if you're a preschool teacher, a teacher, whether you're a nurse or work for a direct sales company, you could have a digital product on top of what your main offer is that will continuously make you money as leads are being generated into your ecosystem. And so with the DigiBoss workshop, I got tired of attending workshops where they were just like dropping nuggets, just like, oh, well, you can do this and you can do this. And I'm like, wait a minute, well, how do I do that? How did I do that? And so 15 years ago, when I sat down and added digital products to my training business and I watched how it grew, I knew that when I started this passionpreneur community, that this was going to be one of the vital things that you can take the time to do now that will generate money over a lifetime. But I didn't just want to stop there. I wanted to make sure that I walked you through step by step. Because we can say digital products, digital products, digital products, and people are like, well, how do I get an idea? How do I create it? Like, what do I do? And all those questions that I had 15 years ago, I vowed that when I started this community, that I would not leave a single detail unturned, like no gatekeeping, no dropping nuggets, because if I drop them, that means that you have to figure out how to bend down to pick it up and where to put it. I'm going to hand it to you straight in your hand so that you can continue to grow your business and benefit from the things that I had to discover and find out on my own. So that's what the DigiBoss workshop is about. It's a 4-hour workshop where I'm not going to only tell you how to do it, but I'm going to walk you through it. We're going to do it together. So bring your laptops, bring your cell phone so that you can watch it on your cell phone, work on your laptop, and be able to be engaged and interactive. And I'm going to give you so many different ways, both free and paid, because we know sometimes in business, money can be scarcity when we're first starting out. So I believe that I can show you the way I started and then the way I grew to. And if you have more funds, it'll be easier for you to kind of automate and generate these products. So I want everyone who's a speaker that owns a business, period, to be a digiboss, to build their digital empire, to fully understand that without having several digital products out there, you are going to bed and losing money every single day. So I just believe that if you take this workshop, you will just be amazed at the capabilities that you have in your pocket that you never even thought about. And we can get those ideas into actual products that can make you money.
Sounds so good, everybody, right? So I have the link, Carolyn. It's here in my post and so people can find the link to go get the information and they can register. And I know there's different levels. Can you tell them a little bit about that?
Sure. So One, I want this information to be accessible to everyone. So when I say I'm holding a free workshop, you can ask anybody in my community. I'm giving you everything. Like, I want to treat you like you paid $1 million for this course, answering your questions, giving you as much as I can in that 4 hours. But with that being said, you may be coming to get your feet wet to learn a little bit. But if you're really ready to take your DigiBoss to the next level, or you say, well, Carolyn, I'm going to be at work that day, I'm not going to be able to watch that video. We do have a VIP upgrade, which gives you the playback to the workshop. It also gives you access to a VIP Q&A that is a 2-hour Q&A where I am answering all your questions one-on-one, just asking, hey, how do I do this? Can you show me an additional demo? And usually when I have those 2-hour sessions, they usually go until I've answered everyone's question because I believe in treating you like the VIP that you paid for. Also, on top of that, I have gone to the extreme and opened up my PLR library, which is private label resources that will give you 100 templates so that you don't have to even brainstorm a digital product. You could just use something that I've already created and put out there, put your brand on it, PDF it, and sell it immediately. So if you sell two of those products that are in there, the 39, well, it'd be $19, I think it's 19.99 to upgrade, you'll make that back with 24 hours, even if you have one or two people buy something from you. And then the last level is for those people who are like, Carolyn, I get that. The workshop was amazing. The resources are amazing. I love that. Thank you. But I still need you one-on-one. I still need you to tell me how to make this work for my beauty salon, how to make this work as a pastor, how to make this work as a speaker who is just getting out there. And I really don't even know who my audience really is. I'm just trying to feel around. I have offered a $39.99 1 hour call with just me and you working it out. And this is $197 value. But I want this so bad for people. I want it so bad for them that I'm willing to do whatever it takes because God has put that in my heart. And He told me when you open the doors for other people to open up the windows of heaven to pour out their blessings, when you really teach them to operate in who I created them to be, boy, will I take care of you. And I will take care of you in more than just financially. I will take care of you mentally, spiritually, with relationships. And I see that Tara Lee is a blessing just from me being the person that wanted to give and just reach out and just help people in the community. So if this sounds like you're like, this sounds like a good idea. I've been thinking about a digital product. I've been thinking about how to make it work. And I don't have time to really create it. And if I were you, I would at least come in at the free level, enjoy the workshop. At any time during the workshop, you can upgrade to VIP. You can upgrade to getting those calls because we're going to leave that option available for you beyond the workshop for a week or so that you can get in. I know that many of you don't know me very well, but if you come into one of my workshops, I think that you'll be pretty much convinced that I'm their jam.
You will. You're going to be like, oh, where has she been my whole life? And then you will think, me. No. No. Yes. I would be excited for those that I know that need help in this area to be able to experience you, Carolyn, to be able to even come in free. And I love it that you're keeping those options open for people to, like, it's not like, oh, this started, it's too late, you can't get it. Like, thank you for that.
Yes, because I know that your community, they see me right now, but they don't really know me. And this is an opportunity for them to get to know me, know what type of style I teach, to see if I'm aligned to your, the way you learn. Because you may come in and be like, okay, this was good, but I need this. I need a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, let me refer you to somebody who can help you a little bit more. Or let's do a one-on-one so that I can help you to brainstorm and get some of those ideas out. So I want to leave it open so that they can feel comfortable understanding that I don't have to make that decision right now. This is not a one-time offer, but during the workshop and I see what she's doing, I'm like, oh no, I have to be in that Q&A. I'll allow you to go into your portal and upgrade right away to be able to see. And the platform that we're using is you guys are going to be able to log in. All your resources and handouts and tools that I give during the session are right there in your portal, that when you sign up, whether you're VIP or not, you still get access to this beautiful portal that keeps all your resources there so that you don't have to go back through your email and try to find, where everything that was emailed out was sent. So I try to make it as easy as possible for you guys.
That is stunning. That is stunning. So information is, I'm sure Carolyn would welcome if you message her, but the amazing landing page with everything you need to know, the link is right here. And while we're here, let's talk to them a little bit about your Passionpreneur community. Let's talk to them a little bit about who's there, what goes on. I'll make some personal comments. Go ahead. Tell us.
All right, so let's go over and you guys see. I don't know if I can bring it in for. Oh, you guys are like narrow, so I'll just tell you. I was trying to bring in the Passionpreneur logo, but our Passionpreneur community is a free community that I just believe are my people, right? The reason why is because, one, you have an option to be a part of so many communities, and for you to say, you know what, Carolyn, I'm going to click on your community and be a part of it. It's my responsibility to grow and nurture you. So this is a community of entrepreneurs who have turned their passion into purpose. So understanding this is that you may know what your passion is. My passion is teaching, but my purpose was not just to stay in a classroom. That's why I had to exit out of being a preschool teacher. So a lot of times we know our passion and don't know our purpose. And my community not only helps you identify what your true passion is beyond what the world has told you, but align it to the right purpose. Because when you do that, that is the formula for making a profit. So we have to have the right passion, align it to identify our passion, align it to the right purpose, and then it turns into profit. And we build everything in our community around really teaching you how to do those three things. And so we not only do lives several times throughout the week, we offer free co-working, which is something that is so important to the community. And what we do in co-working is I give you the space for 1 hour to bring your task. One thing I know about people is that if you have a place to show up at and we can just get you started, then you will get into the flow of just really working consistently on those days. So we offer free co-working space at 5 a.m. and at 7 p.m. so that those who have a 9-to-5 job or 7, you don't have an excuse not to show up for your business. And then you can go to your funding source, which is your job, with a better mindset of, hey, I'm here to make money to continue to grow the business that I woke up working on and I go to bed working on in the afternoon. We do workshops and trainings and challenges, all the things that you need to be able to grow your business, from automations to scheduling posts to Plansational Sunday, teaching you how to manage being a full-time worker and owning a business, or even if you do your business full-time, how not to lose time each day not working on your business and consistently just in your business making the money. So in that community, I just try to give as much as possible to help you grow, because I know when you grow and you bring money into your business, you will help to support the community, join our paid community, be a part of our boot camps that are paid opportunities. But at first, I got to get you started. I got to get you to making money so that you can invest your money into growing yourself and being better at your passion and purpose.
Yeah, her community is awesome. I commend her because she does Plansational Sunday at 5 a.m. You heard her say she does co-working at 5 a.m. And I tease her because I know when Plansational Sunday is, when I get up at 6 with my coffee. On Sunday I start my day listening in, and she gets me in the right mindset, right? And I love your take that you plan everything. And last week I was on the couch and my husband leans in and Terry goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm putting all my workouts in for the week," and Carolyn, honestly, I'm not quite 100% putting everything in, but I see the importance of it. I see the importance of it, especially the main things that are important with intentionality for the fourth quarter for my business. Like I am going to sit here when we get done, and I'm going to go put those in my calendar because it's too easy to let it slide if it's not planned. So I love a lot of the things you're up to. I appreciate how you show up, obviously, because I want everybody to know. And so again, the link, if you're interested in the Passionpreneur free Facebook community that has so much value, and you get to hang out with Carolyn more, is also on this post. Yeah. See, everyone will be hanging out with you soon. Everyone.
Yes, I mean, I am here for it. And I'm the type of person, like I'm a real person, right? I'm not just like, oh, she gets up and she speaks and then I inbox her and you never hear from her again. So I'm a real person. Like I will reply to you. You comment on a post, reply to you and bring your post up and talk about it. So if you have questions and you're like, well, I need to know more about that, I will go live and be like, okay, let me answer her question and bring it right up to the screen and give you everything that you need. Because if you take the time to interact with me, how dare I not take the time to interact with you? And so I find that that's what makes community. Community is really pouring into the like-minded people to help them to achieve the levels that you've either trying to achieve or already have achieved. So I really love what I do. I love the Plantational Sunday, and that's accountability to me so that I get up and plan out my entire week, time blocking, understanding that these atomic goals, like this week, I'm gonna drink, 10 ounces of water, 20 ounces, 30 ounces of water. And if you don't write it down and put it into your calendar, the chance that there is only like a 30% chance that you're going to do it. Even if you put it into your calendar, there's only like a 45 to 50% chance that you're doing. But if you map it out with objectives and reminders along the way, there's a 70% chance that you are going to complete that goal and objective that you actually put in your calendar and want to do. And so that's the importance of Plantational Sunday, because I don't want to hear that you want to create this digital book. I want you to say it's going to be done by Friday, and here are the midpoints that I'm going to do. Number one, I'm going to come up with the idea. That's due Monday. Two, I'm going to write the book. That's due Tuesday. If you take the time to map it out that way and put it on your schedule, I know that you have a 70% chance of actually getting it done. That's why co-working is important, because when you show up to co-working, I want to see that those very things that you put on your calendar, that you're achieving them, and I'm holding you accountable for them to make sure that you're on track to hit that 70%. And then that 70% with accountability becomes an 85% chance that you're going to actually get it done. So I'm trying to formula.
Wow, I didn't know those statistics. That is stunning. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I wanted to end our session today, in our conversation, just thinking about our business owner friends, and I was going to give them a little glimpse into a wee bit of what we were chatting about yesterday afternoon. You're going to go, which part? But listen, this is, I think, relevant to everybody. This is relevant to everyone, and it's as you're looking at your month and seeing how the month is going. This was an important thing that you mentioned, and it's, where's my missing money, right? We get too far off track, Carolyn. We get too far off track in the things that we do, right? And to make a list of the things you didn't do. And I believe I had already implemented something yesterday at the time we chatted, but it was a list. It was on the list of the things I hadn't done. And so if it's all right, I'll share that story in case someone can say, oh yeah, I could do something similar. So we know I am looking to connect with faith-based speakers. I'm having a summit coming up in November that I could invite just my current members to, but how about let's put it out to new people, invite some new people to be part of the community, right? And so I went into a Facebook group and that where it's a place to find speakers and podcast guests. And I was specific, saying, hey, BRI Talks is looking for faith-based speakers for the such and such summit in November. And by the time I talked to you, I already had numerous people who were interested, but by now I have, as of before this call, 140 people that expressed interest, everybody. And I'm not saying they will all become my client, but I say this to inspire you on the things you haven't done.
Mm-hmm.
I could go into the weekend going, I have nobody new to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
I have no new relationships to go build. I have no amazing humans to go. There's other Carolyns in that list, I'm sure. Maybe not Carolyn, but you know what I'm saying. Carolyn Caliber people, right? Right. That I would love to have in my life. And as I was watching who was coming in their missions, their ministries, their books, their subjects, what they talk about on podcasts, I was like, oh, these people are amazing and how they're showing up in the world. And guess what? If I wouldn't have made that post, I wouldn't be beginning conversations with them now. And so I want to just leave you all with this weekend is what's the things, and thank you, Carol. This was Carolyn's question. I had already implemented it, but it is the best reminder. And I think that we should ask ourselves every single week, where's my missing money? And what are the things I haven't done? What are the things I didn't do? And so I will allow you to close this out based on that thought or any other thought you have, my dear.
Oh, that is an amazing thought because we are so quick to give up on our business. We're so quick to run away from the very thing that we left our job for, the very thing that we were willing to stretch for in the beginning, because we're comfortable with going back to a position. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about the funding source, and if you have to do it, but before you make that decision to go back, you really need to ask yourself, have I done everything?
Mm-hmm.
Possible with the ideas that I had at the beginning of the month? Have I followed up with the people? Have I sent out these emails? Have I connected? Have I made an offer that I've been on to everyone that I've come in contact with? And if your answer is no, then you need to go back and find that missing money because it's there. There's so many times we speak and we have our list. Oh, I sent them an email before and they didn't say anything. Let's go back and connect with them because sometimes it takes multiple times. Give them a different offer. Brainstorm and say, you know what, they may not have came in at $19.99, $7.99, $39.99, but will they come in at $9.99? And you won't know until you put that out there. And you're like, well, but this is worth this. But you didn't make it at that level. So let's reevaluate and ask ourselves, where is the missing money?
That's right.
Get that missing money and apply it to whatever you need and just watch how you won't need to go back to a funding source or have to sacrifice more time doing the things you don't want to do. So let's really take time at this point in this last quarter and ask ourselves, have I done it all? Have I done everything possible? Have I posted 3 to 4 times a day? Have I gone live? Have I talked about this thing in people's inbox? Am I really hungry? As if somebody is paying me to do this, which you're paying yourself, but we just don't see it that way. So don't leave anything on the table this quarter. Let's go in full fledged to collect everything that belongs to us.
That is right. That is right. Well, Carolyn, thanks for hanging out with me on Saturday afternoon. Any day I can hang out with you in person or online is a blessing to me. I'm glad for the opportunity to introduce you to my network, and I hope that you'll get to meet more and more of them. And thank you for this discussion. Links to Carolyn's free group and links to the DigiBoss workshop are here. She's got some great stuff planned in the coming months, and I'll be sure to let y'all know. So Carolyn, have a blessed day, and everybody else too. Thank you for your time, everybody. Yes, take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Happy weekend.